Why hello there and welcome back to the Star Wars headquarters, and today in Star Wars we take a look at the very first gameplay screenshots of the upcoming Star Wars game called Star Wars Hunters, which is going to be a free-to-play, team-based arena-style game that is set to release sometime in early 2022. So let's jump right into the first gameplay screenshots and take a look at what we can discover and dissect from this new upcoming Star Wars game. So first of all, I gotta give a big thanks to Jaden on Twitter who pointed out these screenshots to me. And this very first screenshot that we're going to take a look at is definitely one of the most interesting. In this game, you'll be able to play with brand new heroes, and in this one screenshot, it really captures the variety of different heroes that you'll be able to play with throughout this game. So front and center appears to be a Sith female character wielding a red lightsaber. She looks awesome. And then to the left of her, we can see what looks like a bounty hunter or smuggler type of character with a Wookie in the distance wielding what appears to be some type of big hammer. We also see a Jawa and even a droideka to the very left. And, I'm not sure if the droideka will be a playable character or not. That'd certainly be cool. Or if the droideka will be considered like an NPC in the arena that you face off against. But it's awesome to see a droideka in the game nonetheless. Now, moving on, we see a Jedi character going head to head against the Sith with another smuggler or soldier type character to the right of that character. And then of course, we cannot forget about the heavy stormtrooper to the very right as well. So it looks like the heavy stormtrooper is going to be able to pack quite the punch with all of that gear. Now, one of the big takeaways from all of these characters is the sheer amount of variety they will all present to the gameplay. So from melee combat, to ranged combat and everything in between, it's going to be very interesting to see how balanced the gameplay is going to be when the game releases, especially if, the Jedi and Sith characters, have force abilities, which I'm assuming they will. Now, if you look at the bottom of the screen, you can see the teams grouped in teams of 4. So it looks like this game will be a 4 versus 4 type of game, but we have yet to see if the game will have multiple modes or different team configurations or just one core game mode at launch. So as soon as I find out anything more on that, I'll let you all know. We also got to see some of the other environments on display as well, including this snow environment with cliffs surrounding the players as the stormtrooper wields his heavy blaster against a Wookie who is holding a hammer. It looks like the same characters as we saw before. And the menu here shows what I think are regular abilities to the right, with either a special ability or active ability showcased in the center of the screen. You can also see what appears to be health bars at the top left as well. And of course, this menu screen can change depending on the platform you're playing, or, it might be an early build, but it looks pretty straightforward from what I can tell so far. And here is a look at what looks like the character selection screen. We can see our heavy stormtrooper to the left, followed by 2 Jawas, a bounty hunter looking character, and then what I think is a droid Jedi wielding a lightsaber. Very interesting stuff indeed. And what I find intriguing too is the Jawa characters. Since there are 2 Jawas as one character, I'm assuming you'll be able to switch between the 2 Jawas on the fly as you compete in the arena. So maybe one Jawa will have a certain ability, and then another Jawa will have another ability, and you have to use the 2 to make some interesting combinations. So it could result in some really interesting combos for sure. Next up, we see what truly looks like an arena-style combat area with our bounty hunter-looking character perched up on a high position. So it looks like many of the environments will have some type of verticality to them, which is certainly a good thing, especially if you're a sniper type of player. And you can see also in the center of the screen an ability that is reminiscent of some sort of rocket barrage ability or something like that. So it appears to be like a trio of rockets. And this is the very first screenshot where we actually see a jump trooper in the distance as well, who is boosting high above the arena to get the high ground. I'm sure there's a joke in there somewhere. And next up, we have the weapon selection screen, which is showcasing the DL44 blaster as well as all of its customization and different variants. So different variants of the blaster include the standard Trusty Blaster, Spec Op Blaster, and Phoenix Blaster, as well as more variants which are off screen. You can also see that the appearance is different for each blaster and that there appears to be two currencies for the blasters. One currency looks like it's some sort of in-game currency, and then the other currency appears to be some sort of store-bought currency. And this isn't surprising, especially considering that this game will be free to play, so I was fully expecting some sort of micro-transaction system in place for this game in order for it to generate revenue, of course, because again, it is free to play. So it's going to come down to the actual prices of these items to see if this game has a legit pricing structure or not. So I guess we'll have to find out when the final game releases to see if this is the case. And there was also another screenshot showing the two different teams on display here, the Gundarks and the Mudhorns, who are getting ready to battle it out in the arenas. Now, we don't know how many arenas there are, but you can see that there's the different character names here on display too, and the different species found throughout the game. So the variety of characters here is certainly exciting, and I don't know about you, but I can't wait to try all of them out to see which one I like best. So leave a comment down below. Which character are you looking forward to playing with the most? Are you looking forward to playing with the Jedi droid looking character wielding the lightsaber, or the Sith wielding her lightsaber? How about the heavy stormtrooper? What about the Jawas? What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Again, there's definitely an exciting variety of characters in this game. I think that's going to be the core of this game, of course. And it's going to be really fascinating to see how they release new characters as well, because I'm guessing once they get this game released, it's going to be a pretty big deal when they release new characters into the game. So that's going to do it for the very first look at Star Wars Hunters. Again, these were the very first screenshots we've ever seen, and this game is supposed to be releasing sometime in early 2022, and it will be available on the Nintendo Switch, Android, and iOS platforms. And I wouldn't be surprised if later on, after this initial release, this game expands to the Xbox and PlayStation platforms, but there really has not been any official word on these platforms just yet. So again, what do you think about Star Wars Hunters? Will you be downloading the game when it releases? I will be keeping my eyes peeled for any more news and information on this game. And thanks again for watching. Take care, and may the Force be with you always.